All right, so we are getting back into this after somebody quit. So yeah, all the picks will be the same. I don't know why he's even like juggling around, but yeah. So there is going to be the 3-minute delay now, and yeah, hopefully they lock in so we can get this underway.
Indeed.
So what do you think's going to happen top?
Top, let's see. It's Renekton versus Olaf. Like I've said, it could go either way. Both have really good sustain. Both have really good ways to initiate onto each other. But Olaf also might have an advantage at level 6 because he can Ragnarok out of Renekton's stun.
Yeah, that's a good point. What about bottom lane?
Bottom lane will be Potshots versus Potshots and Mystery, which is Nautilus Tristana versus Leona Graves. Leona Graves has a stronger burst. I'm not sure how Nautilus will fare as a support because he can help disengage by using his ult at past level 6. But before level 6, he doesn't have many ways to save Tristana from things. Sure, he's tankier, but I'm sure he will die to the burst as well.
Yeah. I like that the pick for top. Usually Herp goes like the more of a tankier top, but since Potts went like tank support of Nautilus, he really had the flexibility to go a lot of damage, and Olaf really fits that role really well.
It is true, but Olaf is also tanky, builds tanky by nature because he does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Just a lot of base damage thanks to his abilities.
Yeah. And Morgana just does a lot of damage and a lot of high CC as well. The other team, like I said, for like the mid lane, I think I would have to give it to Morgana. She can farm a lot easier than Veigar can, and if this like what I do as against Veigar with like Morgana, I put on my spell shield, then go to engage, so there is no chance for me getting stunned until the very end.
Well, it depends also, right? Because during earlier portions in the game, Morgana's shield at most will be level 1, but Veigar should be able to burst through it with his Q in order to reduce the shield or take away the shield in order for him to stun.
Yeah, I agree. Especially because some Veigars, like I said before, like to put the circle right around you, so you can just like run right back and take no stun. Also,
definitely.
Gank wise, if Morgana, some Morganas wait to get their spell shield quite a bit later, but if mid AFK gets that soon, ganks will be pretty hard.
Yeah.
For Shyvana, because Shyvana doesn't really have a lot of CC around her belt until she gets level 6 of that dragon. The other way, if there's a lot more CC capabilities in the gank, because Udyr can run up to Veigar and stun him, and then right after that it ends, Morgana can snare him as well and do a lot of damage in that short period of time. And especially when she gets level 6, then she throws on her ult, which is another stun. And
well, assuming that Veigar doesn't flash out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
What could also happen is when Udyr comes up to gank, he stuns. Morgana will follow up with her ult in order for it to stun as his wears off, which also can really enable long CC.
Yeah, even if like you said, that would actually work really well too. And yeah, for the junglers, they did have stuck with that Shyvana the entire series, which is a strong choice. A strong choice, I would say.
Yep. And I've also noticed that CTX's team is mainly like really tanky. Like the only person that's not tanky on the team is Tristana at this point. Whereas on Yong Gims, there's Graves that's slightly squishy and Veigar that's also squishy.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. When Renekton gets rolling, he can get really tanky, especially with his lifesteal.
Yep, definitely. His sustain and his tankiness also become a big factor later on in the game.
Come on, invasions.
Yeah, let's talk about invasions actually, because invasions can be a double-edged sword. They can work or hurt for you if you do it. If you pull it off right, it works very well in your favor. But if you mess it up, it's really detrimental for your game for your gameplay later on.
Especially, I think that blue side kind of has a bit of a stronger level 1 fight if they do that, because Morgana has her bind. Udyr does a lot of good early game damage with that Phoenix, especially at level 1. Then, and then that Berserker, actually, if Olaf grabs that, his axe, that also does quite a bit of damage, especially if he picks it up, it has a really low cooldown, or if he goes Reckless Swing, that also does a lot of damage.
Yep.
And then Potshots has that Dredge line that can really screw somebody over. And that Tristana rocket jump could also do a lot too. I would have liked to see an invade from them. They have a really strong invade team compared to Red. They really don't have a good invasion team.
Yeah, but at the same time, if Yong Gims wants to defend, they can defend pretty well with the fact that Graves can buckshot and deal lots of damage to everyone on their team.
Yeah, he got quick draw first.
Yep. Oh, he got quick draw first?
Yeah, he got quick draw so he can get away. Happen. So that's not going to happen. At least I got to see at least one game. And so it's just going to be standard leashes, standard. Everyone's going to go to the lane and everything. It's going to be pretty basic for right now. Everyone's starting boots pots, which is very, very normal. Everyone went boots pots except for Nautilus. For Olaf that went cloth pots. On the other side, everyone went boots pots except for Leona, who went standard fairy, sight, and health potion.
It's quite interesting that Potshots is opting to go for boots early game instead of like GP5 items like Philo Stone, Fairy Charm, Philo Stone Heart of Gold. Or
right now, sorry to interrupt you, but right now the trades up top are actually going in the favor of Herb Dirtster, and he has already used up both pots. Have been used on either, but there's a level 2 gank coming in, and Herb is in a lot of trouble if he doesn't be able to flash away. And there's first blood.
Yep. Shyvana ganks at level 2 are pretty strong usually.
Yeah, especially with that stun from Renekton. Especially because he has Ghost, just is a lot better than Flash on Olaf.
Yeah, but Ghost also can be used to his benefit after level 6, especially when he gets Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a bit of action.
Udyr's going to be invading onto the blue, but Shyvana will be able to get there relatively quickly unless Iron really clears that really quick, which he actually is. He might actually be able to steal this right before Shyvana gets there. When she actually is backing right now, so he does get that. But fortunately, he did finish off both the minions, which he could have saved one, because Shyvana still has a lot of time to go back to her blue to give to Veigar.
Yeah,
but it's a good thing that she did that. That Iron did that, because that keeps the blue buff, the early blue, away from Veigar, and mid AFK will have that blue buff a lot sooner. And now Renekton is going to go ward because he got ahead and he was going to be anticipating earlier ganks.
Indeed, because you want to make sure that...
and there's a bit of an engagement down. Olaf actually dealing more damage to Renekton than he is taking, which is working really well for him. In the mid right now, mid AFK is holding his own. It's very even right now, I would say. Not a lot of damage going on, and Shyvana is actually gearing for a top gank again.
Interesting, because Olaf is pushing his tower, and during early game, tower dives usually go really badly.
She's just going to back in that bush, I guess. When Iron is going to go... actually did an awesome pathing for ganking, and it will be a 2-on-2 here. And there's the engage. Shyvana needs to get in there right now. And there's the flash and there's the stun. They're going to be able to turn on the Renekton cannot come back in. The Shyvana actually may go down. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage from that turret, but he has to back out. And there's the axe and he picks up the kill to even out to 1-1. Very nicely played. And the score and the gold right now is exactly even.
That was a very good undertow by Olaf to kill the Renekton. Finish off the Renekton.
Yeah.
And that was very good gank by Udyr by coming around the back end of purple side's jungle. In a
Yeah.
gank.
Shyvana actually trying to do those double golems, but she actually has to back out because she would have died. Right now, the CS bottom lane is a little bit ahead in Tristana's favor. Mid lane, Veigar is ahead by 2, and top lane, Olaf is sitting at 29 and Renekton sitting at 18. So big difference there. And that's going to pay off really soon. And Herp is doing a lot of damage. He has to back out. Does not want to follow him into that brush. Olaf is at... Oh, gank bot. Sorry, I missed the part. But yes, there go. He does go down. And then Leona getting away. The Nautilus did get that. Unfortunately, that would have been a lot better if we would have went to Tristana or the Udyr. But still, really nice gank and good job to them. And they actually are going to be able to do that early dragon. And here comes Midder AFK. Another good thing about Morgana is that she, and with people trying to come in and steal, she can bind from such a far ways away, and that is really good for them to get that early dragon and just pull ahead. They need to finish it off. There we go.
It's a good idea to do early dragon, especially when the team can't be able to respond to it.
Yeah, Olaf still hasn't gone back, and he can still trade really well with that Renekton who went. Actually picked up a Dorans, and he was still, I would say, losing the fights.
Yeah, because Olaf's natural high damage from his reckless swing will put a punch into Renekton. The only way to really combat it is to build more health.
Yeah. I like to see, wonder what he's going to be picking up. Probably boots. Oh, he actually got his ninja tabby already. That will help him so much in the lane with that extra, with a little bit of extra armor and 2 movements. And he actually picks up a chain vest, so he's not gonna have any problems in his lane anymore. With 124 armor already, Renekton's not gonna be able to touch him, and Renekton really is gonna have to be very defensive not to get killed. Because Olaf goes tanky, yet it's harder to kill him, and he still will do so much damage.
Tabbies is not a good choice in lane versus Renekton though, because Renekton's mainly a caster kind of bruiser. But against the rest of the team,
Renekton actually uses alt.
Interesting. But against the rest of the team, Shyvana, Leona, and Graves are mostly auto attack champions, so it's good against them, but just not in lane games.
Well, that 10% damage increase actually helps out against everybody, but Merc Treads would have been an okay idea too. But again, he doesn't really need the Merc Treads because of his ult, because he can just burst go right through right through it. And it's a long period of time that he has it on too.
Yep.
Don't think he picked up pot. Veigar actually looking to do a gank top, and Olaf is going to be there first, and he's going to be able to see. Oh, okay, nothing's going to happen there. Actually, they did do a lane switch. Renekton's going middle, and Veigar's going top.
Yeah, it seems like the case. I think Renekton would believe he would have an easier time against.
Morgana shouldn't have too hard of a time against him, anyways. Herb Derps are actually falling very low health to that Veigar, especially because he built that armor, and that's now useless.
Indeed. Especially since...
Oh, there's the gank on mid-AFK, the ult, and just picking off the kill on Renekton. Very nice. And they will be able to push. Actually, bottom there's the gauge coming. Pot shots getting back, but the ult from Mystery knocks back to Shyvana, and that will stop that gank from being successful. And now Shyvana's just going to go and get that blue buff. And actually, the tower in mid is actually dropping just above half, which is very nice on their part. But Herb really has to be careful against this Veigar. And Veigar's going to go back and... oh, he's not. He's going to stay in lane.
Yep.
He doesn't have any wards, and again, Herb is taking a lot of damage. At this point, he has to be very careful of those stuns.
By switching lanes, I think both teams are put at a advantage and disadvantage at the same time, because Morgana's gonna do a lot better against Renekton than Veigar.
Yeah.
And Veigar will do less damage with his ult against Olaf.
Yeah, I agree too.
since his scales off 80% of the opponent's AP.
And Shyvana now is just going to be able to take these blue buffs, which she doesn't really need. She should at least be trying to give it to Leona or Graves, and she's just going to take it for herself.
Well, it's because also there's experience and gold behind it, I guess. So it's better to and
Olaf's. I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but Iron's coming in. Oh, you're just
warding. Yep.
Oh, and there's the stun. There's quite a bit of damage going on. Just dropping him below half, actually.
It's also because Morgana's Dark Soil does magic resist shred by just standing in it.
Yeah.
So it does a lot of damage along with that snare.
Actually, Iron being seen in there is able to get away, and he did have an Oracles, which is very good, and he is able to clear that ward. But he did see that other ward go down.
And the early game Oracles lets you have vision control a lot longer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't let you have vision control. It denies the enemy of vision control longer. So it lets your team have the advantage overall.
Yeah. That dragon should be up soon, so they'll at that point CTX will probably try to snipe somebody again and just go for it, especially because the Vhagar is more of a threat to the dragon fights than Renekton, especially because he's dropping so low and he's going to have to back right away. They actually are probably going to go for that dragon, but Shyvana actually is going for a gank. Actually is not. Actually is. While Udyr is just going around clearing wards.
Yep. I think she wanted to try to catch Udyr out of position at that time.
And Midder AFK actually is going to pick up that turret middle, which will set them even further ahead right now.
It looks like Morgana will be dominating Renekton because of the fact that she's ranged. She has more damage than him. And
and this dragon fight is probably going to gear up really soon. The Vhagar is starting to head down, but the Olaf is going to be there a lot quicker. And they're not going to be able to. There's nothing they can really do, but they are going to engage right here right away. But Potshot's being Nautilus, he can just keep them away. And they do get the. And there's the engage, and Potshot's ults onto the Graves, and the ult only catching mid or AFK. There's the ult from Morgana, going to do lots of damage here. And Iron actually died, and Shyvana's going down. Mid or AFK's going down. They actually.
Looks like that.
They're actually going to get aced for nothing.
Yep, they did get ace for nothing, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
Nautilus has the tendency to be able to catch people out of position, but in this case, because of
CTX, one of CTX mistakes, they went two up here, and the other two are right here. They really spread out. They should just chase one plane, or they should just went all one way.
Indeed, not to mention Vhagar's stun followed by Leona's ult really helped Yong Gims to come back from that team fight.
Yeah. Blue team just fell behind in gold now at this point.
Those dragons make up for quite a bit of gold, but if they lose team fights, it won't matter in some cases.
Exactly, especially because after the ace, they just got that turret also.
Well, both sides have even number of turrets down at this point. Looks like we got CTX Iron going to gank top. And he barely misses that Renekton. Looks like Vhagar and Morgana switch lanes again. Oh, Vhagar and Renekton will switch lanes again in light of the fact that Renekton can beat Morgana.
Yeah, and Olaf at this point, he is a lot stronger than Renekton, especially because he has that Heart of Gold also that will help him get the gold. And again, that armor that he has right now, Renekton's going to do a lot less damage to him. And there's a stun, or the stun's up right now, and it is down. He is going to go in anyways, but Renekton taking damage that he should have anticipated being able to take and him not doing much, but he also should have known.
Those reckless swings really do quite a bit of damage to.
Yeah, here comes another one.
Oh
and again,
my.
and he could. And there's the stun, but he isn't going to follow up. He is going to dive. He actually could dive him right now.
Indeed.
But he has to. The one thing he has to worry about is that stun. And there's the ult, and he has to back out right now.
Yep.
And he is, and that's just going to be a waste of an ult.
Well,
it's not a waste.
It ensures he doesn't die to Olaf.
Yeah.
And we got a gank bot by the looks of it.
Nice game. Mr. getting super low, able to pull back, and while Leonis dies. And that Graves is just going to get away, but Shyvana was going to come down, but she is also going to back out.
That was a very good initiation with Nalus's ult by
Olaf. Just
hot
sorry
shots.
to interrupt you, but Olaf just seen that he went back, and he's probably going to be pushing really hard, and that Morgana is farm-wise, top lane it's 90 from Olaf now, falling behind of the Renekton at 116. Mid lane, Morgana's ahead. Not by much, though. And bottom lane, the Graves at 135, and Tristan is only at 117. Right now, I guess they're going to try to steal this blue buff. It is warded, though. And they no longer have an Oracles. And there are pings. And mid AFK is going to be able to catch his Veigar, or he's not going to, but he knows this is coming. A lot of damage going on to Veigar. Here comes the ult from Morgana. I don't know. It went off, and it gets everybody. And Iron taking out the Veigar. The pot shot's going down also. They need to get out of there. They got that blue buff. They traded 1-for-1, so I would say they came out ahead of that.
Indeed, because they have denied Yong Gims blue buff for their mid.
Yeah. Oh, Renekton actually beats the Olaf.
Looks like Olaf
he got
cocky.
Bloodthirster. He must have got a little bit too cocky, and he has that null magic.
It offsets some of the underthrow damage that Olaf can deal.
Yeah. And now Udyr is going to try and keep him from getting that turret. Yeah, at this point, Renekton just has a lot of lifesteal right now that Olaf doesn't. And they're trying to chase down the Morgana, but she is just going to get away.
That's quite unfortunate. But CTX is making up for the goal losses from kills by keeping up control of Dragon.
Yeah.
Which will help in the long run. Looks like we got a trade going on top here.
It's pretty even, but Herp is coming ahead again with that bit of armor. He does have that phage now. Again, Herp is actually starting to take more damage. He shouldn't be. He knows that ult's down, so he's going to try to do as much as he can. Actually, the ult is up again.
Yep.
And Esquire is just going to go back, while Shyvana is going to be looping around for. Actually, he's going to come try to counter gank onto
bot. Yep.
Bot.
But unfortunately, due to that flash by Graves, that initiate with Nautilus's ult isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Looks like Olaf is coming down river to mid. Looks like the CTX is going to contest control of Baron again. Oh, I mean Dragon again.
They're going to try to swing around and get this Veigar. If they pick somebody off, then we'll be able to get pretty much a free Dragon.
Indeed.
That's they need to look for picking off someone right now. So
well, it is 4v5 right now. Because no. Renekton's ready to go. Looks like Yong Gims is ready to go to contest control of Dragon now. Oh, we got initiated by Veigar.
Iron's going to go down. They need to get out of there. Mystery getting free kill hit turret. Free shots onto the Graves, but the Olaf picks that up. But then Mystery got exhausted, which really took a lot of his damage, and they're going to get traded 2-for-1 actually, and they're going to get Baron out of this. And there goes Mystery.
Looks like Yong Gims is going to take control of this Dragon with that team fight.
Yeah, and they're going to try to push this turret bottom. Yeah, and that tower is going to go down.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So what do you think of the builds right now?
They're both mainly common builds that each champion builds. Like Renekton will build boots, double Doran's blade into Bloodthirster, then Spirit Visage usually nowadays, because it lets him deal a lot more damage with that Bloodthirster, thanks to Bloodthirster being one of the highest AD items in the game.
Yep. Yeah, mid lane again, very standard. Morgana going straight for that Rod of Ages after boots, and Veigar getting that
straight for DFG.
Getting his DFG. He has 2 rings. He got that when he was going against the Olaf, when he needed that little bit of extra health against him.
And looks like Olaf is trying to build armor just to counter Renekton in lane, which doesn't seem to be working too much.
Sorry to cut you off, but 4 people are going to be coming top to try to push this tower as well, and it is almost dead. And there are red wards everywhere right now on the bottom. The bottom is completely warded, and the top is getting that way too.
Yep, looks like Yong Gims is going to get a free top turret right now.
There's not much they could have done 2v3 right there, or 3v3.
Yep. But looks like CTX is kind of scattered right now.
Yeah.
Not sure what they will want to do, because Yong Gims is going to try to secure another top turret. We got engaged by CTX Iron.
And Iron dropping really low, really quickly. And Herb is also dropping low. There's the ult from the... And there goes the Graves. The Rector is taking lots of damage.
Yeah, that Renekton's just dealing quite a lot of damage thanks to Bloodthirster. I don't think that works. I don't think they can hear that.
So they are going to be able to get this tower as well.
Yep.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
They might attempt the free Baron since CTX is down right now.
No, they're not. They're just going to go back.
Yep. Well, they are too low health to initiate to start it up.
All CTX is up at this point.
Looks like Shivano is just sweeping for wards.
Yep.
But yeah. Looks like Yong Gims is really pulling in with the team fights right now in order for them to gain the lead.
Yeah. CTX, what they should be trying to do right now is pick people off and force them to engage. That's what they really need to do right now to really get themselves back into this game or catch
Indeed.
up.
Well, in this case, when Morgana ults, Leona can follow up with her ult, stopping her from dealing tons of damage in between to everyone.
Yeah.
Not to mention with Renekton jumping in on CTX and just using his abilities to deal quite a lot of damage overall, especially with his ult, his Fury being over 50, his Cultimate can do quite a lot of damage to one person.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this Olaf's build. Usually Olaf's build a lot more tanky, a lot quicker, which really helped them. Well, it really helped Olaf out in the early game. But
yeah, it looks like he was trying to gear for
Frozen
Randuin's.
Okay.
Because of he could build chain.
It looks like he's building.
Yeah, it looks like he's wait.
He's going to get that Zeal, and that's going to build into.
Oh, he's
Trinity
building Atmos. I think he's building Atmos with his chain vest and crit cloak.
Yeah.
Cloak agility. Oh, we got a flash initiate
onto the Veigar. The Veigar gets instantly gibbed. And there's the ult from Morgana. Minray AFK is forced to back out. He just stunned them under the turret. Minray Herb Derbster is chasing down to that Graves.
Yeah.
And they are focusing down the Herb Derbster. He is gonna go down. And Tristana jumps right onto that Graves and finishes him off. And then Tristana dies as well. Morgana needs to get in this fight and do something. She needs to stop being get out.
Well, unfortunately, Renekton's going to be able to take down.
She did not. That was a nice, but there is.
Yep.
She is not going to be able to pick up. She is going to be able to pick up the kill.
Shut down.
And both teams end up 4 kills.
Even the auto attacks alone could have helped out so much. The mistake there was from mid. He just backed out way too soon.
Indeed.
And top turret is going to be risk of going down, but not with that Morgana there. She's going to be able to really do that. Morgana is actually going into her Hourglass next, and there's that stunt. Oh, almost would have got him. That would have been a kill.
Thanks to Morgana's passive, her Tainted Soul does quite a bit of healing.
Yeah. Level-wise, it's pretty even right now. CTX has a level 16 Morgana. There's a level 15 Veigar, 13 Tristan and Graves, 14 Olaf, 15 Renekton, 12 Leona, and 11 Nautilus. And
So both teams are
Red is, sorry to cut you off again, but Red is going to take out this.
Yep, they're going to even out the dragon counts 2-2 if they do get this dragon.
Yep.
Which will even out the golds or help them gain their gold that they've lost to the 2 dragons.
Farm-wise, purple side is, or red side is a bit ahead right now, ahead of blue.
They're keeping ahead of their farm, keeping those dragons to themselves now when they can. And I believe that both teams should keep control of dragon when they can with wards. Because neither team has vision on Baron, which might be detrimental later on. It looks like Leona just warded Baron.
Yep. At this point, they can't risk them stealing it or ninjing it. But what CTX should be trying to do is try to steal a Baron. But on blue side, it is a bit harder to do, like over the wall tricks from steals, because people just like come right out and meet you there halfway, so you won't be able to steal it.
Yeah, looks like CTX wants to try to fight for dragon right now. Oh, guess not. But Yong Gims is in the position to get Baron if they please.
Now that Veigar has his death cap as well, he will be doing a lot more damage. But last fight, CTX did a really good job of taking him out before he could use his Deathfire Grasp and really deal his damage and deal his AoE stun.
Especially since Deathfire Grasp still deals 30% of the target's current health.
Yeah, Morgana is building really well. She got that Rod of Ages and the boots, and then she went straight to Zhonya's Hourglass. Now she's going straight for the Death Cap. That gives you a lot of survivability. And there's the ping onto Baron from red team, and blue right now has no vision on it.
Thanks to Shyvana clearing wards, blue team is lacking vision on Baron again, which they're really paranoid about by the looks of it right now.
Yeah. Shyvana again just gonna go scout that there's no wards there, and someone needs to. Top is gonna push really far, and look, they just did clear that ward. And they're gonna try to bait a fight, I guess.
Yep. Unfortunately for Yong Gims, it's 3-5 right now for them. If they do wish to fight. Now that Graves and
there's the engage
on
Renekton,
but
taking quite a bit of damage, but not a whole lot. He will be able to steal that back pretty quickly with the Life of the Essence, the Bloodthirster, and the 2 Doran's Blades, and possibly Masteries.
Yep.
So they're just going to go over and drop a ward over the wall and realize that they're not doing it, they just faked it, and they dropped one there as well. And Iron could get caught right here. A good thing he backed out. They're going to kill them right there, and they're going to take a little bit of... Iron's going to take a little bit of damage because the shield went onto the Nautilus instead. Udyr looks like he's really
looks like
that. He's going to get caught because of that. And that goes down. There's the flash ult from Morgana, which I really wanted to see. And Graves is getting popped up, and Mystery jumps right on him there. Mystery jumps away as well, and he knocked everybody away from him, which is really good. He took a lot of AoE damage. There goes 2 more. There goes the triple kill, and they only have to deal with the Renekton left. A little bit of a miss. Yeah. A lot of damage went down. Morgana has to stop trying to back away because they'll be chasing.
That was a very good shield. It stopped his stun in time.
Yeah, they're going to try to chase down this kill. This is what Esquire wants for that top turret. But they are going to be able to... Oh, Pot Shots is getting extremely low, and he goes down, and if he gets away...
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate. Again, if Morgana was in there doing a lot more auto attacks early on, that would not have happened. She keeps backing out of these chases a little bits at a time, and she's losing damage.
Yep. And unfortunately, neither team is in a position to do Baron at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Olaf went finished that Atmos right after the Phage. I wonder what health he's gonna. He just get Zeke's Herald.
Quite interesting because Olaf is not really known for doing auto attack damage as to do his reckless swings under toes.
Yep. And Morgana actually heading up to the just boarding the Baron Nashor.
But Yong Gims is doing a good job by keeping the lead, thanks to the number of turrets they push down and the fact that they've got quite a bit more kills at this point.
Yeah. Drake won't be up for a bit, and Baron's still up. It's just one person's Red just pinged us to our full health, and while Red is going down to the bottom lane, it's Morgana over there getting the blue buff. She'll be able to. Well, they'll of course they'll know with the ward being there.
And since neither team has oracles, they cannot sweep for wards now.
Yep, this is the perfect time to do it right now, and all of them have to get up there so quick. Odier's going to go back, but he can't anymore. And the damage isn't too high right now on this Baron buff, so we'll give him a lot of time. And Morgana's going to be chased away from that. Actually, Morgana eating quite a bit of damage herself. And the buff is going to go to them, and they are forced to back up. They could not get there in time.
Yeah.
And they need to get out. There are going to Shirelia's in and do a team fight. Nautilus and Potshot's taking out the... Sorry about this. Both the 80s are dead, and there's just a tank fight now. Morgana's in there doing... And there goes mid or AFK, and then there goes the Leona. The Renekton is getting extremely low, and the Shyvana is going to go down as well. Or it is not. She's barely going to get away. And there's the flash in the bear form. She really needs to get out of there.
Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. Yong Gims kind of just left their AD carry high and dry.
Yeah, and now Miss Iron and Potshots are going to be able to go get that dragon.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get that free dragon now. And unfortunately for them, they won't be able to. CTX won't be able to push any extra turrets during this time.
Yeah.
There's not much going on right now. It looks like Yong Gims is preparing to defend for a short bit before they regroup.
Yep. I think, Graves picking up that blue buff. Veigar getting his blue buff, and Graves getting his red. That will help out in his DPS a lot more. The builds right. What do you think about the builds?
Unfortunately, Olaf chose Atmos. Now I've heard that nowadays it's better off just to build a straight damage item and a straight tank item instead of building Atmos and Frozen Mallet per se. Frozen Atmonks or Frat Monks anymore. Yeah. And for everyone else, it's most of the builds are pretty much streamlined. Same old cookie cutter builds. Not much going on right now. Looks like Yong Gims is just preparing to defend the mid.
All right, looks like a push through middle is going to come from
Yong Gims, yep.
Yong Gims. And Blue really needs to get where they need to be to defend this. Morgana's actually going to be swinging around with Mystery. I don't know if I like this idea.
Yeah, because it causes them to be split. Oh no,
Yeah,
look like Pot Shot's going to take
Shot
quite a lot of
flash
damage.
away, and you just get instantly killed. And
just
they're going to
gets
go straight
melted.
for this turret. And at this point, I don't know what.
But now
Iron just went in there and is just going to go die. Mid AFK needs to get in there and try something with her ult. She's just standing all the way back, and she's not being any help to her team. And there's now the ult, but it's way too late.
yeah, it's quite unfortunate.
Pops at Shirelia's and stops her ult from going off, and this is most likely game.
That's going to be an ace.
Yeah, and that's I would say this is game.
Because
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Yong Gims is going to be able to push down all the way to the Nexus by the time CTX resurrected.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that Morgana ult a lot sooner. Should not have stayed back so far, and would have been able to stun most of the team under the turret.
Well, it's also because Yong Gims has
Yes.
seen to focus Morgana as soon as she jumps in.
Yeah,
but
I know.
it's
Fortunately, Potshots got caught. And
yeah, and it led to a 4v5, which probably led to the loss.
yeah. So CTX is eliminated, and the Young Gims are going on the finals.
Stay tuned for their finals in short time.